think of something non-dual to say. So, I should probably speak about non-duality rather than hemorrhoid cream. So I'll make my best effort. So you may have heard that there's nothing to get a few thousand times, but it's not really that there's nothing to get. It's that there's no one to get. And that seems like playing with words. And in a way it is. But it's not that things can't be had, seemingly. Experiences. Material things that you've longed for. Relationships. Relatively, all those things can be had. They're just not for you. Nothing's for you. There's nothing in this for you. And of course, probably the most profound difference that isn't a difference at all is that there's no possibility of awakening for no one. There's no possibility of enlightenment for no one. There's no possibility of liberation for no one. I'm not sure that's what others mean when they say enlightenment or awakening or liberation. That's what's trying to be communicated. That's what I'm always trying to get across, is that the liberation is from the seeking liberation. The enlightenment is the light that's already fully apparent. It's not somewhere else. It's not that you could awaken. It's not that there are some human beings who are awake and others that are asleep. There is just this wide awakeness that's obvious, unavoidable, doubtless. And it's not something that will come, that could come. If you listen to the right speakers, if you do the right practice, if it's heartfelt enough, if you want it badly enough. There were plenty of times I told myself that the reason that I hadn't got it was that I didn't desire it enough and I wasn't trying hard enough. So what I had to do was try harder in order for there to be no trying. If I tried hard enough, then I'd get to a point where I wouldn't have to try, because there'd be no one to try. And the nonsense of it wasn't lost on me, and yet it still goes on. It's still what happened. It was all futile, all the trying. You simply can't get here. No one's arrived here. There are just some human beings who'll say they've arrived here, at whatever they've fantasized this is. There's no knowing this. There's nothing outside of this to know this. There's nothing apart from this to witness this, to be aware of this, to be conscious of this. Just this. Only this. Nothing else. Nothing apart. Nothing separate. And that's the freedom from looking for freedom. That's the light, freedom from searching for the light. If it's doubtless that the darkness is no less light than the light, then that's the end of the search. If the sorrow is no less this than the bliss, that's the end of the search. If hemorrhoid cream is no less this than lotus petals, that's the end of the search. Well, thanks for coming, everybody. If you want to ask a question, just put your hand up.
Can't find the hand, but shall I just talk anyway?
Yeah.
Okay. When you said sorrow and bliss,
Mm-hmm.
would you say there is bliss in sorrow?
No.
Um,
No,
so
I could say no. I wouldn't. I
go on.
wouldn't say there's bliss. I wouldn't say there's bliss in sorry. But then that's my understanding of the word bliss is, you know, unrivaled happiness, unrivaled joy. I tend to see joy and bliss as synonymous, really. What I'd say there's a piece with sadness and unconditional love. So that's what they're the words I would use. They don't mean anything, but I wouldn't say, because sorrow, the way the words are usually used, sorrow is the antithesis of bliss, really. But what there is, it can be undoubtedly expression of love. I don't doubt that at all. Whereas I never felt sorrow or grief was love. I thought it was something wrong. I thought sorrow indicated a fault, something in error. And yet there is a sorrow that doesn't come and go. And the sorrow that doesn't come and go is the very undeniable fact that this is always being lost, so that death is ever present. And I guess that's not what there is a reason that this message has never been popular and probably never will be, because what this does is normalize those feelings and emotions that generally are rejected as wrong, as an indication of something is wrong, rather than an expression of love, which I don't doubt that all of you are very clear that sorrow is an expression of love. It's hugely compassionate. I mean, there can be compassion in joy and love in joy, but it's undeniable in sorrow and grief. But because it's painful, I say I don't want it. And in that, I make it wrong. How could there possibly be a life without sorrow? It's utterly ridiculous. So this is not a fairy tale. It's quite the opposite of that. This is a denial of nothing other than you and me. The only thing this is a denial of, it's not a denial of anything human. It's not a denial of anything natural. It's not even a denial of me, because that's suggesting that there is me. It's just trying to expose that none of this has ever belonged to you, that none of it is your responsibility, none of it is your fault, none of it, you can't be proud of any of it, you can't be ashamed of any of it, any more than you would accuse a raccoon of shame and guilt and responsibility. I don't know where raccoon came from. I've only seen a raccoon once.
In California?
Yeah, digging under the house next door. It had babies under the neighbours were having real problems with the coons. The babies had babies, but of course the babies are really cute, incredibly. But better than rats, I suppose. Bigger though.
Yeah, still part of the rodent family, I think.
Yes. I've had the rat catch around.
Oh, your house?
Yeah.
Oh, did they catch any?
Yeah.
Blimey.
I won't go into the details. Not everyone likes rat stories.
No.
Well, I don't. No, I wouldn't. I mean, to say it would be ridiculous to equate sorrow with bliss. And of course, don't get me wrong, there's plenty of people who say it's ridiculous to equate sorrow with love, but I'm very happy to do that.
I mean, when the sorrow becomes overwhelming,
Mm-hmm.
Certainly substances become more attractive because there is well, if you were to do it like an equation, sorrow plus substances, or whatever it might be, that to take you out of that,
Yeah.
it become more attractive and can work, I suppose, in the short term.
Mm-hmm.
And that's but um, I don't know. There's this kind of morality or a story about um, um, an ex, if you're to, I mean, certainly there's a you might say there's a problem in escaping from what's natural
Right.
in the story, and so that substance abuse and that or alcoholism
Yeah.
seems to be a result of pain.
Yeah. Well, yeah, and I think it's very, I mean, what you're
Or
calling
unresolved
substance.
pain. And
Yeah. Well, I think, I mean, using anything to feel a bit better. I mean, could there be anything more natural? I mean, I wouldn't call that abuse at all. The self would call it abuse because I should be strong enough to deal with it myself. The whole word, I mean, the fact that it's got the word abuse after it. What, having a drink is abusive? I think not. Smoking some weed is abusive? I think not. That's, um, I mean, what do human beings naturally do? Human beings, as soon as they found some substances that made life a little less painful, well, of course, naturally they took them. Why the fuck would they not? Life, this isn't about, oh God, I can't emphasize, this isn't about a state of bliss. I'm never speaking about any state at all. But if there is pain, emotional or physical, and you can get some substance that will make it less painful, for fuck's sake, could there be anything more natural than to do so? That's nothing to do with me. What is to do with me is, oh, that makes me weak. That makes me, oh, I'm not, oh, that's ruining my path to surrender, or to being fully, I need to accept all the pain and be in the pain. I need to dive into it. In fact, I need to feel it more and more and more. I mean, that's me. All of that is me. That's me being righteous, me being special. And the fact that I take a substance to make me, to make life more tolerable, make more pleasant. I love to chastise myself for my weakness, don't I? Self loves that shit. And that is shit. I can't think there's anything more natural than. I mean, you could say the number one drug is seeking out the company of others that you like being with, because I mean that's the number one that makes us feel better as human beings. What makes us feel better than anything? Well, if we have too much of people, solitude, going for a walk in the woods alone, that's wonderful, and I feel much better. Then I've had a week of solitude. I long for the company of others, whose company I like, by the way, not company I don't wish to be with, but the company of others. And that, I mean, you could say that's the best drug of all. And again, of course, it's totally natural. It's what human beings do. But what I do, what self does, is make it into a story all about me, when in fact it's got nothing to do with me. It's just what human beings naturally do. Yeah. It's this whole notion of righteousness that we're indoctrinated with, and strength. Like, strength is good, weakness is, well, you could say weakness is evil. I don't know if you were brought up with that, but there was an element of that in a lot of my upbringing. I think it's especially for boys, and be a man, that strength, be a man. So you have to face everything. And of course, one thing that is not manly was crying. So showing sadness. Sadness was wrong right from the off. Right from the get-go, I had to be very careful not to show sadness to my mother, because then my mother would get sad. And the worst crime I could ever commit was making my mother sad as a child. That was the most heinous crime. There were times when I was a child, I really thought my father would kill me if I'd made my mother sad, and he would blame me for it, because it was so threatening, sadness. I think that's why I talk about it so much.
Yes, and work as well with that phrase, idle hands, the devil's work, or something like that.
Yes. Oh, the devil makes work for idle hands. Yes. Well, there's not that. Well, I would definitely agree with that. Apart from the devil bit, and what idle hands will bring usually is some pleasure. Because if there's no work to do, I might as well find something pleasurable to do.
Mm.
Yeah. And although, I wasn't indoctrinated strictly into Christianity, but the notion of sin was always there. The whole culture in British education, British society, is deeply steeped in this notion of sin. That unless you discipline the child, unless the parents are managing the morality of the child, then he will fall into sin, because that's his natural state. And of course, really what sin meant was pleasure. I mean, gluttony is still, I mean, it's not my favorite sin, but it's right up there. So there is no sin, isn't? I'm, I do love to tell my children that, my boys, because they're still young enough to maybe hear that, oh, yeah, dad's an evil bastard. He doesn't believe in sin. Because they can go to Catholic church still and hear all about it. So I try and set a little balance. I try and balance the scales a little bit by, of course, there isn't sin really, is there, Alfie? You know, it's just an idea to control you. There's nothing inherently bad or evil or sinful, no matter what anyone else says. I think that's what I would wish for everybody, you know, if they're that's the unconditional love of this message, that there is no evil and there is no sin. But of course, if there is no sin and there is no evil, there is no inherent goodness and there is no inherent righteousness. Sacredness is totally neutral, utter neutrality, empty. God's not listening. He's not interested. He's got better things to do. Imagine in an infinite universe how many worlds he's inundated. He can't keep up. His workload's ridiculous. And when there's been a lifetime of saying I don't believe in God, but really secretly hoping that there is some divine power that's looking after me and has my best interests at heart, the death of that can feel devastating, but it's immensely liberating. No one's watching you. No one can hear you. No one's looking at you. No one knows the thoughts that you call your thoughts. No one's ever seen you, not even God. The aloneness is complete. It's just not yours. The wholeness and the completeness of this is completely alone. There's nothing else. And that's not to say you still don't like, I like it if people like me. I like it if they are nice to me. But the difference is it's not a matter of life and death. Whereas to me it was, I desperately needed acceptance. I desperately needed to belong. And when I say desperately, I mean that, I really mean that word desperately. It was a matter of life or death, this acceptance. And so this isn't being accepted by life. Life is already fully accepted by life. There's nothing else. There's no need for acceptance. There's no possibility of rejection. And most of my fear was fear of rejection, of not being part of the group anymore. And now it's obvious all groups are fantasy. There actually aren't any groups at all. There's just human beings who say they're in a group and that they belong to that group. No, they don't. That's wonderfully liberating as well. So whatever affiliations you valued, I don't say they've got to die. I'm just saying they will die. Without you and your need for them, they're already dead. And they're not dead, they just never existed. You were never part of anything. There's no parts to this at all. Yes, Brad, I don't know if that was for you or not, really. Probably not.
It was lovely. Thank you. Thanks, Tim.
Oh, thanks, Freddie. Hi, Jeremy.
Hello, Tim.
Hello, mate.
So I contemplate quite often, or try to, things like there being no time or nobody to have all these certainties that surround me in one form or another.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously it's not, you can't find your way out of the, well, you can sort of flirt with it and mull it, and that's, but occasionally I get just a sense of how it wouldn't be really nice for the me, because the me loves is defined by all its certainties and its wishes, purposes in life, especially purpose.
Yeah.
Doing things to get somewhere.
Yeah.
Is, a major part of the day, and to have the bottom fall out of all that must sort of take your breath away too at times. Because I get the sense that nothing really changes, but there's a ground that's no longer there.
Yeah.
There's
I know. It's really hard to talk about, but of course, once the ground isn't there, then there's the ground.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
It's just that you're not on the ground. The ground doesn't go anywhere. You know, I mean, so physically there's the ground. When metaphysically there is no ground, then
Yeah.
there's just the earth,
Mm.
and that's the ground. There never was a ground of me. That was always pretense. That was always illusory. The ground I stood on,
Yeah, exactly.
and that can feel physically like the physical ground isn't there anymore.
Yeah.
But of course, the physical ground doesn't go anywhere. The physical
No.
ground.
No.
So when there's no ground for me to stand on, then there's the ground.
Mm. Mm. It's wonderfully out of touch to the me, isn't it?
It's just nothing to do with me. Yeah, it's not. It's just not accessible at all. Well, it's not accessible because there isn't actually anything to access. You see, so
Yeah.
self. I can only formulate an idea that there's another dimension. There's
Yeah.
another way of being. There's something else, and there just isn't. And so, of
Mm.
course, how are you going to formulate that there isn't something else? Whatever you formulate is something else, isn't it?
Yeah. Exactly.
It just is. It's 100% imagination of what could be, and of course there isn't what could be. Yeah, I like that. It's completely inaccessible to me. Yeah.
Mm.
Well, and the other thing, of course, is me has to create ideas of what's in it for me in
Yeah.
order to keep it tasty and keep me interested.
Yeah.
Um, and so the message that there isn't anything in it for me. I mean, no wonder most people just skip over that straight to, okay, that I listen to that guy. He's he's dangling loads of golden carrots that I like the smell of.
Yeah.
But no, because you'll never, I mean, just the time thing, Jeremy, that you said you've contemplated that there's no time. And it can be fun for me to flirt with that idea, as you suggested.
Mm.
Because there isn't any knowing of no time.
Mm.
All knowledge, any knowing is always in time.
Mm.
Because no time literally means nothing's ever happened. Nothing is happening and nothing will happen.
Mm.
That's no time. Well, there's no knowing of that.
Mm.
So we're talking about what can't be known.
Mm.
So, and all me can do is try to know. That's my job.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
That's what I'm about. That's what I've done. So I learned some physics at school, and now I'm learning non-duality, and I'll apply myself in the same way.
Mm.
And it's wonderfully innocent. It's wonderfully innocent. There's nothing. There's no way around that.
Mm.
I've learned how to learn things, and now I'll learn how to become free from myself.
Mm. Yeah.
When, because there isn't anything to be free from.
Mm. Yeah, thanks, Tim.
Thanks, Jeremy.
I was thinking about, oh, sorry, I've just been doing lots of stuff about, what's gone out of my head now? Oh, yeah. How, normal's the wrong word. How exactly like this is, but without seeking.
Is that now? Is that what you've been thinking?
Yeah, yeah, because it's just, right? It's just the same without seeking. But that's really like, you know, if you're looking for something, that's total letdown, isn't it? Well, maybe not. Maybe not. I mean, it's quite relaxing.
Which, if you're looking for bells and whistles, it could be a letdown.
Yeah.
If you're looking for choirs of angels, if you're expecting full orchestration of your enlightenment,
Yeah.
yes, it could be a tad, just a tad disappointing.
Disappointing.
But yeah, because it's just as it is.
It's just as it
But
is.
of course, if it's disappointing, I mean, it'll only be disappointing for a bit, and then something will turn up, and you go, "Oh, I'll make some toast," and you're in, "Oh
Be
yeah,
nice.
I know, I got some Marmite," and then you have
Yeah.
heavily buttered toast with
Yeah.
Marmite, and you go, "Life's
That was nice.
life's pretty fucking good."
Yeah. Yeah.
Only if you like Marmite, though.
Mm.
Tony Parsons always went on about marmalade.
We did, didn't he? That's right.
Always. I say did. He's not dead. Sorry,
No.
Tony, for saying past tense.
Yeah.
But yeah, but Marmite, surely, if you love Marmite, then I mean, just as soon as we're finished here, put the toaster on. I'm suggesting salted Irish butter.
I spoke
with
to someone the other day whose parents gave them Marmite and told them it was chocolate spread when they were a kid. And they hate Marmite, obviously, now.
Well, that is wicked. I mean, that's cruel.
Yeah,
That is child abuse.
it is.
Yeah. But yeah, I know they could, of course, this is the ultimate disappointment for self. Well, I mean, the ultimate disappointment for self is, oh, fuck, I did all of that so that I could be okay, and it was all for nothing.
Yeah.
Now, I think a lot of selves get that in death, it may well be all for nothing. But what we're speaking is that can be revealed to a living, apparently, a real life, living human being it can be totally doubtless without any knowing of why it seems doubtless that it's all for nothing. And that usually seems to only get grokked, is the American term. That's only sort of with a doubtless a doubtlessness about that only comes, it's very common for people to get that on their deathbed.
Mm.
And there is a great feeling of peace and a great feeling of love, and I don't know, a completely falling away of, it was all for nothing anyway. And what you're left with, you're just left with this sense of love that is pointless and empty and meaningless, and yet full of love.
And you can make it about something. You can make it about something.
Yeah.
You can kind of not pretend, but you could say, but really, you kind of, it's just, it's not about something.
No.
But you can play with that and say, well,
No,
it's, you
of
know,
course.
I'm doing it for that. And it's like, but no, not really.
No,
Underneath that, there's.
yeah. And what it's not, there's no doubt that when someone tells you what the purpose of life is, you know, they say what their purpose, what's the meaning of life? What does it mean to you? What's it all about? What's it all for? And someone tells you that is the meaning and purpose of life. That is all it means. That is what it means. It means what it means to that human being. There's nothing else. Inherently,
So you can say it means
there's
anything.
none at all.
You can say it means anything you want it to
Absolutely.
mean.
Yeah. But it doesn't. But when meaning only means that, of course, it's lost all its. It's lost all its oomph. It's lost all its luster. Because you know, if it's only what Joe Bloggs thinks meaning means, it's not all that, is it? Really?
Yeah, and that's a
It's
great
nothing to.
equalizer.
It's nothing to aspire to, is it anymore?
No. No.
And really, that's the seeking. The seeking ends when there's no aspiration. And I mean that.
Yeah.
And that is the truth.
Yeah, I remember listening to really, you know, who I thought were really wise people, like old, you know, Buddhists or old men who had been around for a long time, or the old books, the ancient books, and you think, wow, there's something more in that. There's something more important about that. But it's just equally what someone thinks.
Yeah, it's just that's what that old git thought.
Yeah.
And do you know, it's
Yeah.
so much more loving when it's only what that old git thought, and it's
Yeah,
not
it's lovely.
inherently true. You know, it's not intrinsic or inherently true or real or fire or all of that is just storytelling.
Yeah. And you do get this feeling that they're just talking about the same, you know, the same thing that isn't a thing. And it's just so simple, but they're just talking about that, whatever that is or isn't.
Yeah. Well, you see, I sometimes feel that they are speaking about what I'm attempting to speak about. And then quite often I think, oh no, they're definitely not.
That sounds different.
So it's not always, I don't
sounds a bit
always think, oh
complicated.
yeah, they're speaking about the same. No, because if it's grandiose,
Yeah.
as soon as there's a sense of grandiosity, I get a terrible whiff of self. You like self has farted and it's just got a terrible pong to it.
Yeah.
You know, because it's offering, you know.
Enlightenment.
Yeah, I know. What the fuck? Liberation from enlightenment.
Yeah, I think that's better. Liberation from enlightenment.
Yes.
Liberation from seeking anything, really.
Yeah. Well, everything that there is here. So that is the end of seeking. I mean, if it's done. This is done.
Yeah.
This is the end and the beginning of the road. Isn't that brilliant?
Yeah.
I mean,
beginning of the end of the road.
This is the beginning of the road. It starts here. And this is completely the end of the road.
Yeah.
And there's no fucking road.
No.
But still, there can be seeming traveling on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but you're not getting anywhere.
No, don't move an inch. Never moved. Never went anywhere.
No, but that's lovely. It makes traveling a lot easier.
Never. Oh,
It's
traveling's
less,
a piece. Oh, traveling's a piece of cake when you're not going anywhere.
much less tiring. It's still a bit tiring, right? If you're tired, it can be, but mostly it's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is true.
Alexis has their hand up.
Hi, Tim.
Oh,
Hi.
How are you?
Good. You?
Good. Did you see a possum when you were in America?
Have I seen a possum? Have I seen a? I don't think I saw a possum.
Do they have them where you are?
No.
Oh man, you got to see a possum once in your life, okay?
Okay.
It'll totally freak you out.
Yeah, I know. I've seen pictures and videos of them. Yeah, they're
Okay.
cute. They're cute, aren't they?
Yeah. Yeah, they are. Do you have your
We-
doodle? Do you remember?
Oh no, I completely forgot. Sorry, Alexis. Sorry. Where's my doodles? I'll find it. Go on then.
Yeah.
Just a
Yeah,
minute,
there's been a
I'll
lot
get my
of
man. I'll get my
go ahead, sorry.
manservant.
What?
My manservant Tony. He'll get them for me.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
So there's
we have badgers and
okay.
foxes. Badgers,
Badges are
foxes.
wicked. I don't mean wicked in a bad way. I mean like they're pretty fierce and like
They're fierce. Yeah.
versatile, right?
Yeah.
They can eat
Amazing.
scorpions and
They
snakes.
eat everything. Yeah.
Yeah, they're so cool. They try to keep them in zoos and they unlock the gate and just like walk right out.
They can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I had a fox kill all my chickens once.
I'm so sorry.
I was a bit naive with keeping chickens.
Yeah,
I thought it was a lovely idea, and then
yeah,
one night the fox had
yeah.
them all.
I
Kill them
love
all.
chickens. Yeah, I have some chicken friends in the neighborhood that I say hi to.
I would recommend keeping chickens,
Yeah,
but you
yeah. Do
need to
they
have
make a
high security.
yeah? Do they make noise though?
Yeah, well, only a
Cluck
cockerel.
cluck.
If you've got a cockerel in the morning, yeah. But
Yeah. Well,
it's no
that's not bad.
the neighbours complain, but it's a beautiful sound.
It is. I love that. That's nice.
But it's annoying for the neighbours.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
not. I'm not sure where they'd be. So no. My brother's looking, and I completely forgot because I've just driven back from Wales today. I've
No
been
excuse.
mushroom foraging in the woods in Wales,
Yeah.
which has been great fun.
Yeah. Did you pick any psychedelic mushrooms?
No, we were looking, but we didn't find any. No.
Oh, that's too bad.
We
Yeah.
had some lovely edible ones for breakfast though.
Oh, you did. That's so
Yeah.
nice. In like an omelet.
Yeah. No, just eggs and bacon with
That's
mushrooms.
wonderful. Yeah, we have a lot of mushrooms here in Oregon. We have sort of the biggest mushroom. They found one that was like 2 miles or something. Yeah.
What, 2 miles wide?
Yeah.
That's a big mushroom.
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah.
I'll make a note, Alexis, and I'll find my doodles.
Okay. Okay. Yes.
Oh, I got just pass that picture over to him. Pass that picture there. Yeah, pass me that. I've got this. I've got this.
Nice. Love it. Is that you there?
That's me, but
I thought
didn't.
so.
That's my son did a portrait of me in the Picasso style.
Nice. It looks exactly like you. I knew
It
it
really does. It
immediately.
really does look like me. Yeah. So
Yes.
yeah, Alfie did that for me.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
Beautiful.
lovely.
I love it. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. I'll make a note so I don't forget. I
Yeah.
completely forgot about that.
Yeah. Yeah, there's been a lot of like making up stories and then the body believes them. Yeah. In particular with like relationships.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
almost like, yeah, yeah. I'm sure you have experience with that.
What, making up stories about relationships?
Yeah,
Yeah, they're all made up.
yeah. Like they're gonna last or be
I
something.
know. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, there's nothing's worse than the happily ever after story, which
Oh my
is
God.
basically every story we've ever been told.
Yes, yes. They
And of
ride
course,
off into the sunset and that's
yeah.
it.
And it's not that it can't be true. It's not that it isn't true. It's that it can't be
Yeah.
true. It's just an impossibility.
It just can't because every relationship ends. It does. And
Of
there is no
course it does.
relationship.
No.
And
And
relationship doesn't end because there's only the one thing appearing as everything.
yeah,
But there's no way that there can be like a, yeah, never mind. Every story is like the self farting, like you just said, but I don't even want to say it.
it's okay.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It just happens. There's no one, yeah, to control it, to stop it.
No,
These
and
stories.
no, and the stories. We're not talking about the end of stories. Stories just happen naturally.
Yeah,
You could say mind and thinking. It's 100% stories. So it's just that the stories become normalized as what they are, which is storm stories. They're not, they're not true or false. They're not closer to reality or further from reality.
yeah,
They're
yeah,
just all stories. And some stories others will
yeah,
agree with and others they'll disagree with. And it's,
yeah, yeah,
we are speaking for the liberation for the stories
yeah.
to be what
Because
they
there
are.
is no story, really.
No, no. And then everything we're speaking about, every word I've uttered this evening, every thought that's gone on in what you'd call your head, it's just stories and it's all okay.
Yeah, yeah.
None of the stories are closer or further away from the truth.
Is it sort of a longing for death in a way, like for nothing happening?
Yeah. But you won't find nothing happening. You can only find what seems to be happening.
Yeah,
There's no escape.
yeah,
You can be longing to know and see and find what's not happening.
yeah,
Find the emptiness, find the no thing, find the nothing. No, the only things that can be found are what seems to be.
yeah.
That's all there is.
And it's already free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah. Here's my,
Oh, lovely. Have you done that today?
finished it today.
Yeah, lovely. Right, I'll write down so I don't forget because you want to see my doodle. Mm.
Yes.
Oh, I've got something to show you.
Okay.
Look, I can show you this. This is to show you how much I idolized my brother as a child. So I drew this when I was 15. This is my brother
Yeah.
making his debut for Peterborough United.
Wow. Did
This is
you draw that?
this is my yeah.
I love it.
I drew that when I was 15 of my brother. It
It's
was a photograph
beautiful.
in there.
Nice.
That was
I love
from a
it.
photo in the newspaper when he was my
Nice.
idol. And people would say, "Who's your favourite footballer?" And I'd say Tony Cliss.
Nice. Did he like it?
I love it. Of course he loved it. Adulation. Who doesn't love a bit of that?
This and this.
Oh,
It's Tim's artwork, which I love.
oh, he
And
loves.
I
Oh,
thought
Tony.
they found.
Tony loves this.
I love that.
Beautiful.
That's
Look at
what
that
Tim did.
plant.
They
It's so
found it.
alive.
That
So
was
lively.
that was my grandmother's. That was my grandmother's living room.
Beautiful. That's
What?
gorgeous. I love
Yeah.
it.
So, in another life, I was an artist,
Wow.
or
Very cool.
fantasizing that I might be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
I
don't
fancy
need to
it.
get anywhere with it to be an
Oh no,
artist.
no.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much. I love
Oh,
it.
thanks, Alexis.
Talk soon.
Well, thanks for coming, everybody. Lovely to see you all. Thanks, Darren.
Thanks, Tim. Thanks, Tim.
Thanks, everybody.
Much love, Tim.
You too.
Thank you.
Mm.
Thanks. See you.